Let's go next to Alex from Baltimore. Alex, go.
Hey, David, can you hear me?
I can, although it's something's up with the connection, but let's see if we can struggle through it.
Alrighty.
Okay.
How about now? Is that better?
That's dramatically better.
Okay, I just turned. Okay, and I also wanted to mention that I am in a quiet room inside, so we shouldn't have any loud annoyances outside.
Have you
Um,
treated the walls with acoustic foam?
I don't know if they did or not, but they
Okay.
might have.
Fair,
Anyway,
fair.
okay, so I want to get you to analyze my take on Medicare for all on a state level. With the stories coming out of California, I live in Maryland. The last governor's race, the Democrat was very progressive, ran on Medicare for a single payer in the state of Maryland.
Okay.
And I was a little hesitant on it because on the state level, the funding mechanism is a better question to ask because, they can't just print money and balanced budgets actually matter.
Yep.
And Maryland is such a small geographical state. Like, I think you can be outside this state within 30 miles, no matter where you live. And I think it's more of a reasonable argument to say all the people with means that you're going to try to get funding for can just move to Pennsylvania, Virginia, Delaware. So I was a little hesitant to go with it on the state level. Is that a decent take, do you think? Or am I missing something
I'm not
or
sure I
what?
understand what you're saying. You're saying, is it a problem for state level Medicare for all that people
Yes.
can move into the state from elsewhere?
People no that because you have to raise funds for state
Yes.
for Medicare for all,
Yes.
and a lot of people aren't going to be happy with having higher taxes, even if it's cheaper in the long run.
Okay.
And in Maryland, you could move across the border to Pennsylvania and not have to pay those taxes. So you would lose a funding mechanism
Well,
for
but if you require people to be residents to have the to participate in the program, then don't you solve that issue?
I suppose, but I guess my thought was if you have if you have an influx of people moving out to avoid it, then it's harder to raise funds for it.
Yeah, but I think that problem, I don't think that's really a big thing because if a state sets up state Medicare for all, they say, okay, here's the way it works. In order to have this single payer system cover you, you've got to be a resident. That's it. You've got to be a resident. So if people from another state that doesn't have the system come in, they can still be seen at hospitals, but they have to bring insurance that they have just like they do now. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess I see what you're
So
saying.
you can solve
Because
that. That's a solvable problem.
all right, fair enough. And I know you're at the end. Ooh, quick question: what is your favorite adult beverage?
My favorite adult beverage. I don't know. I'm partial to sort of like wheat and white beers.
Craft beer guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you should definitely, if you're ever in Baltimore, we have lots of good craft beers you could check out.
Not IPAs, I hope, right?
They run the gamut. There are a
Okay.
bunch of IPAs, but there's lots of other stuff too.
I don't want any IPAs anywhere near me. That's my only thing.
I actually agree with you. There are some that I think are okay, but no, I'm more of a lager. I actually like dark beers now more than I
Okay.
used to. But anyways, all right. Thanks for taking my call.
All right. Thank you for the call. And what a beautiful note on which we can end today. I'm always devastated that I can't get to everyone who calls in, but we will take calls again. And I hope to hear from you next time. We'll take a quick break and be right back.